Hey, I'm Tortor and I'm a stop motion animator and filmmaker. And I believe that the Oscars being streamed on YouTube from 2029 is going to be a game changer for filmmakers all around the world. I'm particularly interested in the short animation category because that's the category that's more relevant to me. But I think that for short form independent filmmakers in particular, this is really just showing like a change and an upgrade in modernization. And I think it really is saying something in that the industry is now realizing this shift and accepting the shift to streaming platforms and just opening up to independent filmmakers. Because if you think about how the accessibility of filmmaking has changed over the years, 50 years ago, it was much harder to make independent short films because the resources were less accessible. It would cost a lot of money to get the cameras, equipment, the crew, all of that. Now you can literally make a short film, animated or live action on your phone. And most people have a smartphone. Anybody can do this, and I think it's going to inspire a whole new generation of filmmakers just with the hype of it being more accessible and anybody around the world being able to just watch it live for free. I think it's an incredible thing. And there are lots of films in the running, Willow, for this year's short animation category. I have seen a few of them. I actually think that Playing God has probably got quite a good chance, and that's a stop motion film, which is incredibly exciting. Before the long list was even announced, that was the one that I thought might do it, might go all the way. And if you've not seen it, there are some behind the scenes about it online. If I find the link, I'll put it in the description later. And it's incredible. Like, it's claymation with also a bit of pixelation and a bit of, I think, puppetry in there as well. And I think they spent about 7 years maybe making it. It's exquisite, the level of detail with one animator doing all of this claymation work. But yeah, I think that it's just going to do so many positive things for the industry and to just equalize opportunity in many ways. I imagine that lots of fantastic things are going to come out of this, and I just think it's absolutely brilliant. I'd love to know your thoughts on this as well. So if there's any questions that you've got about it, anything you want to say, drop it in the comments and I'll integrate that into the video. But yeah, I have never watched the Oscar ceremony in full before. I've only ever watched clips. So from 2029, I will definitely be tuning in and watching it all. And also, I think that will be the 101st Academy Awards. So yeah, it's a real turn of the century sort of thing. It's I think a move for the better. Obviously, I would say that I love YouTube and I love filmmaking, and I just think that it's just a really good move, and I'm really excited for it. Yeah, so I don't think there's anybody watching, but I wanted to do just a casual chatty one again today where I just briefly talk about this and my excitement for it. I think that everybody has got a short film within them and everybody should give it a go at least once. I'm not saying that you're going to win an Oscar, but anything could happen. And it's all about the storytelling and having a great idea. Oh, Leo, hello. How are you doing? Yeah, I think that it's going to just make things far more accessible and exciting for people like us that are making short films. And hopefully more funding initiatives and things will happen. Yeah, it should be really good. But yeah, Leo, have you got any thoughts on YouTube streaming the Oscars? I think it's a really good thing. I think that it's going to open things up for a new generation, and make loads more possibilities and inspire loads more people to get making films, which is good, isn't it, Willow? Yeah, it's good. We want more people making films. Yeah, yeah. No. Oh, sorry. Excuse me, Willow. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. I think much more accessible. Watching on the BBC at 4 a.m. I've actually never watched it in full before. I've always just watched the highlights and the clips, so it'll be really interesting to be able to watch it all the way through. And it's much easier to watch it on YouTube and for free and everything. Yeah, I think it's going to be brilliant. And I was just saying that I think that that's the 101st Academy Awards then. So I don't know whether they've done that on purpose or whether the rights for broadcast were naturally going to end then. But it's quite fun. I did for the first time this year. The commentary was so dry that I'd rather watch as intended. Yeah. I can imagine. But yeah, I think that this is they've waited till this 100-year mark to have the 100 years of broadcast and then switching over to streaming and putting it on YouTube. And I do think it shows a big shift moving forward, a positive shift for just the independent short filmmaker, I guess. I think that it's gonna mean that anybody could essentially go that far and get their work seen on that scale, and I'm all for it. Lucius Malfoy was disrespecting the animation oh yeah. I was so shocked last year actually by the animation category, because there were some fantastic films, and I really thought that Nina Gantz's film was going to win the stop motion, and I was really disappointed that it didn't. And yeah, I do hope that a stop motion film wins this year. I don't know how many stop motion films there are up. I know, well, they haven't announced the nominations yet. There's like the long list, but I do think Playing God has got a chance. And obviously that one is stop motion. But yeah, it would be nice to get a little bit more eyeballs on the stop motion, seeing as that's what we are all here for and that's what we love. And I think, yeah, everybody watching, if you've not made a film yet, you should definitely make a film, because we've all got these stories within us that need to be shared, and short filmmaking is such a good medium for just getting stories out there and talking about stuff that needs to be spoken about but maybe doesn't often make it to the mainstream. Yeah, Leo makes films set in the Black Country, which is an area that doesn't get a lot of the limelight in filmmaking, especially short filmmaking, and so he's raising awareness and sharing his passion for where he lives. And I think that everybody should be doing similar with their work, and a lot of my films are gonna have elements of ADHD and neurodiversity and other things that I've experienced. And Leo also says Oscars are political, essentially, with campaigns far more than BAFTA, where it's not like. Yeah, no, I completely agree. It is very political, but I do think that just the more awareness and visibility is going to just inspire people, regardless of that. I know it's a bit contrived and a bit weird how people have these campaigns and are literally like marketing their films and doing all these things, but I like to think it's still got an element of fairness. I mean, I'm quite an optimistic thinker, but yeah, it is a tricky one, and it's definitely different to the BAFTAs. The BAFTAs feel a lot more wholesome in comparison, and yeah, I think it would mean more to me if I ever won something as big as that, to win a BAFTA rather than an Oscar. But yeah, I just oh, Leo says absolutely. I mean, Flo won last year, which was the underdog. Go towards a whoop whoop. Well, Leo, you might be up there winning them as well, because your work's incredible. But yeah, I am glad that Flow won in a sense because, that was made on Blender, which is free software, and it just sort of showed that you don't need to have these mega budgets to actually create something that gets recognized. Um, and I felt like that was a step up in some ways for just independent cinema, like true independent cinema. Um, because that's a weird one in itself because people that get million pound budgets, they still are independent films, but like it sort of isn't really comparable to somebody who's just done it on a shoestring in the bedroom or like in a very minimalist way, budget wise. But there are those films out there, and um, I think that you should never give up and just keep telling your stories and making stuff and getting stuff out there, because anything can happen. And like, I personally know people that have won BAFTAs and have been shortlisted for Oscars and things, and you know, uh, it just anything is possible. So yeah, I think you should always aim big. There's that saying that you should aim. I think it's aim for the moon, and you might hit a star. So yeah, uh, go for it and get your work out there. I've just started putting my new film Stumbling Blocks into festivals. Um, I don't think that that's an Oscar winner, but I am interested to see how it performs because it's a completely different type of a film to my last film. So it's not got any dialogue, and it was quite creative and a little bit strange in the way that I did it. But I tried to get a lot across and make it kind of have multi-layered meaning to it, and also be a film that can be interpreted in whichever way that it resonates to you. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm still learning a lot and experimenting and seeing, how different films perform. It's quite interesting. Um, Hello. Uh, got Mrs. K22 here. I'm just saying people's actual channel names in case people aren't cool with me saying their actual names. But yeah, I yeah, I wanted this to be a bit of a chill one today, to just talk about this topic and see what other people think and just share what I think. We've got Willow here as usual. I'm actually surrounded by dogs at the moment because my sister's now here for Christmas and she's brought her dog, and I had my parents' dog here earlier as well. So there were 3 Jack Russells. Imagine that. Maybe one day on the stream soon, I will have them all here and it will be absolute chaos. But yeah, I did have a list of topics for live streams to come up, but if anybody has got something pressing that they would like me to speak about on a live stream, do let me know, because I'm I can just adapt and talk about whatever, really. These are supposed to be just quite relaxed and casual, and I'm sort of doing them so that you can get to know me better, and hopefully I can get to know some of you better as well. Yeah, and I'm gonna start editing some of the ones that I've already been putting out. I'm gonna start editing them so that they're a little bit more tight. So people that haven't actually tuned in for the live, you can rewatch it, and anything that is me talking to the comments and stuff, I'll just cut that out, and it should be a lot more valuable and efficient to watch. Yeah, but oh hey, Jesus is King 3267. Hello. Hope I said that okay. It's nice to have some people here. I hope you're all having a great weekend so far. I can't believe how close we are to Christmas now. Like, it comes around so fast. It's absolutely incredible. I am not ready yet. I was doing some wrapping of presents yesterday. We've tried to keep things quite minimal and simple this year, but I've still got some preparations to go. And every year I make pigs in blankets in duvets, which are sausage wrapped in bacon and then wrapped in puff pastry. So it's sort of like a extravagant sausage roll. And I've been making them every year for about 10 years, and my family have requested them again this year. So I need to make those soon and get them ready. So that's also going to be fun with 3 dogs around because dogs love sausages, especially our dogs. Yeah. But yeah, anybody else in the chat, if you've got any thoughts on YouTube streaming the Oscars, let me know. I've been saying earlier in the stream, I think it's a really good thing. I think it's going to inspire a whole new generation of filmmakers, and just I just think get more people making films just because it's exciting and it's fun. And yeah, I think it's just an amazing thing to be able to make something literally on your phone and share that with the world, and tell a story that's personal to you, and it can literally get seen anywhere in the world. I mean, we're really lucky these days. I know we have a lot of problems and issues and struggles, but the way that we can spread a message like that and share our work is absolutely incredible. Mrs. K 22, me either. It's come so fast. Merry Christmas and have fun with those dogs. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with the dogs. I'll probably try and film some stuff because they have these tiny little squeaky balls, and oh my gosh, it's like catnip for dogs. They go absolutely crazy for them. So I'll probably try and film some funny things. My sister's dog Pumpkin, there's tiny little balls, and she holds one in her mouth, and she just kind of goes like squeaks it, but it's like she's like a woodpecker, and she's doing this. It's very, very funny. And Mrs. K22 has also said, I think it's a good viable way for indie films getting a spotlight. Yes, I completely agree. It used to be, and it still can be, very hard to break into the industry and to find your way and to create your own opportunities. But I do genuinely believe that film festivals serve a big purpose in this area. And like, I've found that it's really helped me expand my own network and create some of my own opportunities. And I know I've got friends that have found similar. Like, it just raises your profile and means that you can tell more stories, hopefully, and reach more people. And yeah, I think by the Oscars being on YouTube, it's just gonna extend that and widen it and just make it even better. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I've just realized it's 4 o'clock and I'm meant to be going live in my Skool community now. If anybody's doesn't have any questions, then I might leave here and switch to live in there, just because someone might show up and it'd be a bit awkward if I'm not there. But that was me. That was poor planning from me today. Obviously, ADHD, I thought I had more time than I did. But yeah, I'm going to jump off here and I'm going to go and jump onto the live stream in my Skool community. And oh, Jesus is King has said, what do you think of AI? Well, I think AI can serve a purpose in some ways when it helps you to do planning and to do tasks that are sort of not creative tasks, but like, for example, rig removal in stop motion. When it can assist with that and speed things like that up, that's a really good use. And also just with kind of doing more admin type roles and things like that. But I don't agree with it being used in the creative sense. I think it's really bad when people are like basically not learning to be creative and have the craft skills and just taking that shortcut and thinking, oh, I'll ask AI to do it. I think that's terrible and I hate it. But I don't think that it's gonna completely ruin creativity, because everybody hates it, right? It's like sloppy. You can tell it's AI. It has got no personality. It's got no human truth to it. Nothing that really has that kind of feeling, you know? Um, and I think that in the not too distant future, it's going to just draw people back to the handmade crafts. And so I'm hoping there's going to be this resurgence in um, stop motion and other things, because people are just going to be so sick of it that they're just going to be craving that handmade stuff. And that's what I'm hoping for. I don't think it could ever fully take over because, you know, you need that human aspect. You need, I mean, AI can't write a story like a human can because it doesn't have the personal experience. It's always the same regurgitated stuff, and it just is really sterile. That's a good way to describe it. I think visually it's quite sterile as well. It's all very buttery and smooth and a bit kind of fake. Um, so yeah, I don't think that AI is going to destroy the creative industry, but I think it is going to make it harder initially for creatives that aren't using it to kind of help themselves. Um, I think the creatives that have found ways for it to help them become more efficient, they're going to uh, rise up, and some of the creatives that are perhaps ignoring it completely, a little bit like me, we might fall behind initially, but I don't think that we're going to fall behind completely, because I think like there'll be this shift where people want to come back to handmade crafts. Um, Jesus is King has said, I agree, it has some good elements, but also feel like it's trying to replace our creativity. We have talents born inside of us. The man made thing hasn't got the real talents in them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like we do. We have yeah, talents within us that can't be replicated in the same way. Um, I completely agree. I mean, what AI does is it essentially like scours everything that's out there and then just pulls all this stuff in, and it's sort of it's cheating. It's like stealing from art that already exists to try and create this new version that it kind of it learns, and then it just it's like when you have a painting by one of the masters and then somebody like, you know, does a forgery of it. It's that kind of thing. Um, but they'll never be the actual master and come up with a new piece that's unique and incredible, because only humans can do that. So yeah, I think it's going to make things a bit more challenging, but it's not going to uh, replace us completely. I don't think it can. I don't think it's possible. Um, that's what I'm hoping for anyway. Um, Jesus is King says, I feel like I've been relying on it more than I should, and maybe it's best I don't become too intense with it. Like you can create a piece of music, but when you use AI to help you, it sounds like the sounds have been, yeah, copies from other sources. I completely agree. And do you know that they've started doing some studies where they they've been analyzing people's brains and asking them questions and information, and then they've done two studies: people that have never used AI and people that are using like GPT and similar every single day, and the brain function has decreased dramatically. Like people's brains are just not able to problem solve and kind of find the information within your own brain as efficiently or as quickly as before. So I do think it's making our brains lazier, and that's not a good thing. And it's also making us less able to kind of solve problems. Like if you think back to 50 years ago, people, if something they needed to figure something out in their life, they'd have to sort of scratch their head, go to the library, get a book, you know, properly go out, investigate, and find out how to to do whatever it was and to learn. And then now it's just too easy. Like even with simple things, people are just, oh, I just ask my phone, or you know, ask AI. And it, I think it does make us more, it's dumbing us down as a society, and I think that's a dangerous thing, because the AI is getting smarter in many ways, and we're going the other way. And so that is a bit scary. Jesus King said, there's an app targeted towards children, and I used it earlier, and I just had a bad feeling when I used it. I asked it questions if they believe in God or something else. They kept trying to steer off. Yeah. I mean, there are other stories, aren't there, where people are using ChatGPT as like a therapist, or like asking it for to be their friend. Willow, shh, bring it here. Yeah, asking it to be their friend or their therapist. And I think that's really dangerous as well, because the AI is saying things that's encouraging, like things that it shouldn't be encouraging, basically. You can probably guess what I don't want to say it, but like yeah. Jesus can say, and avoid the questions. Have you seen people who actually married the technology? I haven't seen that. People are marrying AI. I mean, I wouldn't put it. I mean, there are some crazy people out there, aren't there? You know, like, it is really scary how it sort of manipulates people as well, and can make, it's almost like that thing when you're like in an echo chamber. So you can be really heavily influenced by what's being served to you on social media and places where you're looking, and you can almost, you know, be stuck in this way of thinking where they're almost making you think a certain way. And I think it's really scary how all these sites use the tech to analyze our behavior and our interests, and they're even listening on the phones, and then suddenly adverts come up and things come up suggested to you based on that. I think that's really, really creepy and really scary, and I don't like that at all. But it's sort of like, how can you avoid it? It's so difficult now because it's just everywhere. And like, I have as many settings turned off as I can on my phone, but you can still mention something in a conversation to somebody, and then suddenly it is coming up on your phone as an advert. So yeah, it's a little bit crazy how that's escalated, and how fast, Willow, how fast it's escalating as well. If you think how rapidly it's developing, it's like so much faster than I think anybody could have imagined. Yeah, you're right. Stay safe, everyone. I do think that, like, in some ways it makes me want to go off grid and to just live in a little hut somewhere safe and to just cut myself off from everything, because I don't think it's very healthy, all this technology and stuff. And I do just hope that it makes people go back to handcrafts. I mean, a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed and stressed, and, you know, taking up knitting or like paper crafts and painting and stuff like that. And I think that's so much healthier. And I do hope that it will lead to more humans creating more art, and, you know, we'll have a better world because of it eventually. Yeah, I am going to have to leave now because I was supposed to be going live in my Skool community. So I'm going to have to just quickly go and go live there. But thank you very, very much to everybody who showed up today and all your wonderful questions. And I will be going live again tomorrow. Can you watch my Skool stream? You have to be a member of the Skool if you've joined it. It's free to join. There's a link. I don't think I've put a link in this description box, but there are links in most description box on my video, or there's a bit.ly link on my actual channel page. And yeah, it's free to join. And there's different tiers, so you can upgrade if you want to learn stuff. And I'm teaching animation. But yeah, feel free to come along if you want. And I can let you in. Yeah, I'm going to go over there to chat to the people there. But yeah, it's lovely to be more active again on YouTube too. And yeah, I'm going to be live streaming much more over here. Well, sorry about Willow. She's got her ball and she's incredibly excited every time I talk to my computer and talk to you. So yeah, I'll catch you over in the Skool if you're coming over there. And yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow. Cool. Bye.